This is, as you can see, a very informal concert. If you feel like shouting things out in the middle, go ahead. If you have questions, go ahead. Feel free to interject. Yeah, we're going to start.
Questions?
No tomatoes. We will throw you out if you have tomatoes. Yeah, oh, and also, if you are not enjoying yourself sufficiently, there is more alcohol over there. So you have no excuses at all. You should have a good time, whether you like it or not. Okay.
And the first song is called Greeting, Gruß. It's by Mendelssohn, and it's just greeting our friends. And we sing it in English.
Yes. And one other comment, we've thought about putting the translations for all these songs in the program because we'll be singing most of them in German. We figure, very often when that happens, you end up just reading the program while you're listening. You get kind of, either bored on one end or the other. So we figured we'd just tell you something about the song each time. So let's hear it from Bird's mouth. But here's a little excerpt about him. Although the image was cultivated of a man always equable, happy, and placid in temperament, this was misleading. The nickname discontented Polish Count was given to Mendelssohn because of his aloofness, and he was frequently given to alarming fits of temper, which occasionally led to collapse. On one occasion in the 1830s, when his wishes had been crossed, his excitement was increased so fearfully that when the family was assembled, he began to talk incoherently and in English, to the great terror of them all. The stern voice of his father at least checked the wild torrent of his words. They took him to bed, and a profound sleep of 12 hours restored him to his normal state. So, that's Felix Mendelssohn. Following song is called I Would That My Love. Come in, whoever that is. Translation is the following. I would that my love could speak itself, all in one word alone. To gay winds I would confide it. They'd waft it so gaily on to you, beloved, from my overflowing heart. You would hear it at any moment, wherever you are. And at night, when your eyes are closed in slumber, my image will stand before you, even in your deepest dream. so wird mein Bild dich verfolgen, bis in den tiefsten Traum, so wird mein Bild dich verfolgen, bis in den tiefsten Traum, bis in den tiefsten, tiefsten Traum, bis in den tiefsten, tiefsten Traum.
So the next song is a very funny one by Johannes Brahms, who was had a lot of humor, and he actually used an old poem by Eduard Mörike, who is a famous romantic German poet, and made a song out of it long after the song had already been a folk song. And there's actually a story where the poet walked around in the countryside and heard girls sing his poem, so he recognized it as actually being his, and he didn't know it had become a song. So this one is a different version of this. It's the Brahms version rather than the folk version. It's called Two Sisters, and it's about two sisters. So the repeat is Wir Schwestern zwei, wir schön, which means us, the two sisters, the fairest, we're the most beautiful, and we look alike, like two stars in the sky. We have the same hair. It's nut brown braids. No one can tell us apart, and we wear the same dress. We wander on the flowery meadows and sing hand in hand. And we're using the same spinning wheel to spin our yarn, and we sleep in the same bed. But then this harmony changes drastically when the two sisters fall in love with the same guy. And this is when the key changes of the song. So you will hear this change in the last verse, which is the fifth one, and then the song abruptly ends.
It actually says, "Oh, you sisters, your song must end."
That's it.
That's it. That's all I got.
Wir Schwestern